$100 podcast. It's your host T Lee and my co-host Jack Cowden will be live today as usual.
Was pulling up, they acting like they couldn't see me. Now she wanna clean me up like a squeegee. I told her that's on me, baby, like yellow BZ. With the peanut butter tear like a Reese.
He's gonna persevere through all the obstacles. Get it done. That's the underdog.
They don't forget the underdog when they see me. I hit them with the John Cena, they can't see me.
You may overlook this person, but the underdog is the one who's gonna put in the work.
It's over, you know? Because you have to lose to win. Whether you think losing is a big event.
Out of mind. All I'm saying, just be careful who you idolize. I'm kicking these scriptures just before the fame. Ain't no cap in my words, I go against the grain.
So I always believed in life. I took so many risks to make this thing happen, you know what I mean?
I'm always working, bro. Like I said, I'm energy driven.
Underdog can put you on your ass. The underdog can put you on game. The underdog can show you something that you didn't know.
Can't go down. All you can do is go up. So are you gonna stay where you at, or are you gonna move up?
Feel the bangers. Feel the bangers.
He said he's nervous. This is his first time doing it.
Cut her ass off when she get that I can reread.
Yo, what it do, good people? Welcome to the $100 podcast, season 5, episode 19. Everybody Eats, featuring Orlando-based recording artist MONEYBEEZOE. Before we bring him in, though, we gotta let you know what's going on real quick, man. Make sure you check out the website, MONEYBEEZOE.com. You did what I'm saying? Hold on, let me get you right there. Shout out to the new singer right now, Through the Day.
Yeah, I'm the lead on the beat. Let me educate, illustrate that ain't seen heaven's gates and gotta speculate. Gonna make food for doubt, these lyrics marinate. Grab a plate, I got their attention, now they gravitate. Smooth moving, maneuver through beats, so let me illustrate. Hey, roots and kitchen, the industry is where I'm selling weight. Hey, I've been ahead of the curve, I bet the rules to go and 7 straight. Hey, cause in this game they only catch you when you go and hesitate. Hey, I can only elevate, motherfucker break, I accelerate. Hey, through all these niggas, they lower level, they be featherweight. They be telling all them little fairy tales, bro. Ain't nobody gonna resonate. Y'all be fucking with the heavyweight flow, deadly fucking go and make a levy break. Only living once, I'ma live it up. Shit, heaven might just have to sit and wait. I see your mind on all of my moves, but quiet, so I'ma just go and let them hate. Hey, taking advantage of opportunities they never chase. Hey, we elevating to the figures that they gonna never make. Legend revving on his angel, don't make me have to go and demonstrate. I got 1, 2, 300 rhymes through the day. 4, 5, 6, 7 different haters in my way. 8, 9, 10, 50, 11 ways to make some money. Everybody trying to take it all from me. I got 1, 2, 300 rhymes through the day. 4, 5, 6, 7 different haters in my way. 8, 9, 10, 50, 11 ways to make some money. Everybody trying to take it all from me.
Move to the side, stay the fuck out my way. Surviving real problems, the fuck you gotta say. No new friends, just racking, stacking back ends. Money and power, talking real dividends. Bringing pressure, stuff it on their ego. Power tools, keep the craft working. Home Depot, lawn chairs, they easier, quicker to fold. In a headlock, we want all the gold. Ain't got motion, don't call my line. We them real ones locked in bloodline. Money moves, improves the lifestyle. New old wild style, staying in style. Ugly hating faces with a sour frown. Part of the circus, moving like a clown. Fuck clown shit, standing on business. Working every track, lyrical fitness.
I got 1, 2, 300 rhymes through the day. 4, 5, 6, 7 different haters in my way. 8, 9, 10, 50, 11 ways to make some money. Everybody trying to take it all from me. I got 1, 2, 300 rhymes through the day. 4, 5, 6, 7 different haters in my way. 8, 9, 10, 50, 11 ways to make some money. Everybody trying to take it all from me.
Y'all already know what's going on, man. Real still, you did. What's going on, brother? What's happening?
What's good?
Yeah, that's that Through the Day new single right now.
Yeah, that's that Through the Day single. That's a single or whatever. I'm working on a compilation like I've been doing them before, like I'm doing Teamwork, Dreamwork. I got volume 1 and volume 2, and I'm kind of doing volume 3, and that's like the first single from it. Me and my homie Kid Pro who's in the video and everything. You know, it's gonna be like a little joint tape, but it's gonna be this time I'm trying to do it a little bit different though. I'm trying to do it more ways, more networking and shit, where it's like a couple other artists from the city that's gonna be on there too.
Nah, big facts. You feel me? Gotta do the compilation. You feel me? But I say, man, we appreciate you taking time out your schedule to come lock in with the underdogs. You know, first and foremost, as we push the importance of knowing ourselves outside the artistry, you know, as a person, who is MONEYBEEZOE in 30 seconds? Like, what type of vibe you bring around?
I just bring a positive energy, man. I think I feel like we all energies in this world, so I kind of just try to be a positive energy or whatever, try and keep the negative off me, you know, just all me is just all one word positivity. Really, that's all it is.
Nah, facts, bro. You know what I mean?
I think the world need more. I think the world need more than I think that, you know, we had more positivity in the world, and I think the world probably be a little bit more better place. The world always been fucked up, but it just ain't leveled out right now. It's more evil than it is positive, or whatever. I think, you know, it just need more of a balance. You know, it just need more of a balance.
Nah, I feel that, bro. Cause good energy bring good emotion. You feel me? And that's the only way to really move forward, dog. It's like I'm taking so many steps back when I'm indulging in negativity when I could have been 10 steps ahead.
Yeah, it's always like that, man. Always like that.
For real. So, bro, as we halfway through 2024, like, how has this year been treating you thus far? And like, what are some of the things you learned last year that helped you prepare for this year?
I mean, last year is just paying attention to the scene and everything, just seeing what's going on, just seeing like how, just seeing how the industry moving or whatever and everything. Because I mean, even though like, you know, things are moving towards more independent or whatever, I mean, just looking at the structure and everything of how it was going and everything. Because I mean, hip hop going through a change right now. You know, every 5 to 7 years, hip hop going through a change, and right now is that time. So now it's time to see who's really down for it and who ain't, because you're gonna have to stick through this. You're gonna have to weather a storm right now, because you know it's a direction that the industry about to go a different way than what it was.
Nah, so, you feel me? I think social media had a big impact on that too, far as reaching a better network of people. You know, where it's like, you know, the more equipment and resources nowadays, you know, being able to record your own, you feel me, produce and engineer your own, not necessarily like needing the labels, you know, but
that's what I'm saying.
The red blue pill.
At one point, you couldn't do too much without a label. You couldn't even release music without a label or whatever being signed at one point. So, you know.
Yeah, man, it's still a red and blue pill though, because it's like, you know, really, you know, when you're an artist and, you know, a creative in general, you know, you can kind of feel who really passionate about it by, you know, the stuff that you hearing. Because like I said, you'll have a market of artists being pushed that you feel like how they even, you know, it be way more than just the music, you know.
Yeah, it just be a different agenda or whatever and everything. There's a lot of artists I see that in, like, where you know that's an agenda trying to be pushed.
Yeah, because you feel like it ain't so much effort on it. You know, that ain't really no hating thing. It's just really
that's why there's not so many great artists either too with them, because it's more agendas being pushed, and it's not no longevity and shit. Because you'll never see another Michael Jackson. Well, I mean, that's just off the rip. You'll never see another Michael Jackson just because that's Michael Jackson, you know. But you'll never see, like, you know, like how like it used to be back in days where they had artist development and shit like that or whatever, and all this other stuff that was going on and shit. Because people don't know how to be artists or whatever. A lot of these people out here are artists. They think they're artists, but all the actuality, if you go down what hip hop really is, the way it started, and like where it was supposed to go. I mean, I thought we were supposed to always hold up that bearing of what hip hop has always been. I mean, I thought that's a part that no matter how much what comes through hip hop or what type of hip hop is going on, I thought that was always the star bearer, where we keep where the essence of hip hop and shit, you know. I mean, so, you know, I know it's changed over the years and everything, but the key basics of it or whatever. A lot of that is gone. A lot of these artists, like, they think they're artists, but they're really not if you really go and look at what you got to do in certain things and in certain aspects. You know, you can ask artists certain questions and everything, and they don't know what the hell you talk about when they supposed to know that. And it be basic shit. It be basic shit, like elementary shit that they supposed to know that they don't know.
Yeah, definitely got to know the business side, you know, of it in general. The artist ain't just I record the music and go do this. You got so many other sides that you, especially if you trying to do it by yourself, like you got to be multiple things in one person, you know.
Yeah, you got to be so many things. You got to be marketing. You got to be your manager. You got to be your booker. You got to be so many things.
Facts, bro, and you got to be ready to go down with it. You can't just think recording.
You got to be ready.
I'm gonna be out of here tomorrow. We live in the era, bro, where it can't happen now, bro. It's just different.
It only take one song. I mean, that ain't never changed. That ain't gonna never change. All they do is take one. But then when you get in the door with that one, what you gonna do when you get in the door with that one or whatever? And you gotta have, you know, and that's why I know that. The motherfuckers come looking for me, shit. I'm ready, shit, because now fucking when I drop that one and shit, then shit, it's so much more coming behind that shit. But at the same time, I don't want to, with a label and shit, like everything I've done before I got to y'all, I want to own that still. Everything we do moving forward, then we can be on the little, you know, hey, you get your little cut or whatever. But all this other shit, I want to own this shit still. That's my issue with that shit.
Yeah, it really just tests, you know, how much you really love what you're doing. Are you doing it just for that one song?
It go back to what Nip say, man. It's just about ownership, man. I learned a lot from Nip, man. Nip like is somebody that is very inspirational in my career and everything or whatever, as far as like the business aspect of it or whatever. I just started seeing how he was doing things, and then I just started paying attention to it a different way. Baby was the first person. Baby was the first person that had me on that. I've been like since a teenager looking at the business side of it. Because when I saw Baby buy 50 cars for people and shit all in one day, I was like, man, what the fuck is going on here? You know, so I was like, you know, I started paying attention to it, and then Baby showed me like this shit, you know, if you do it right and everything, you can come from where we come from and still do, you know, so. But Nip just showed me a different side of the ownership side, like, yeah, because we know Baby or whatever and shit, you know, like I will always blame Baby for breaking up the best group in hip hop. I will always blame Baby for that shit because, but at the same time, you gotta look at Baby.
Probably gonna come back though, you know, the boy probably.
Now they gonna come back or whatever. The only thing that holding them back right now is BG. What BG situation? That's the only thing that hold them back right now.
Yeah, because if you paid attention to the whole era of Cash Money, bro, they always had internal issues going on, but that's more like, you know, in the sense of they brothers, they family.
Like, that's more of not being knowledgeable. Baby wasn't knowledgeable of certain shit he was supposed to do. So at the same time, I give Baby a little leeway with that shit or whatever, because I know he was a young nigga at the time. Whatever shit.
Slim was really the mastermind behind it though. Baby was like the face, but it's like
Slim. He the quiet one. He just been off in the cut and shit like that or whatever shit. But yeah, they the mastermind really of how that shit really worked.
But I think they'll be able to get it back together because we done seen this throughout the whole era of Cash Money with them falling out with each other. And then, you know, BG caught that case and went away for a while. So that kind of put everything, you know, on back end. But nah, I definitely see something coming out of that. And especially
they actually making songs and shit now or whatever and shit. But it's just down BG situation because they were trying to send BG back to jail at one point on some real nigga shit. Yeah. So, you know, like that's the only thing that really holding them back or whatever right now is trying to make sure he's straight or whatever and shit. And then, but they've been recording songs. They actually got songs or whatever. Like, well, they say they just been like, you know, and the game make it more easier for them to work now or whatever and shit because they can send songs to each other and shit. So they've been actually they got songs together and shit. They say they got them. They just trying to figure out, you know, how to work everything out.
Yeah, nah, I see something definitely coming from that. But let's take it from the top though, man. You feel me? So raised in South Carolina, you know, like what was it like from your perspective? You know, just coming up in that state.
I mean, in South Carolina and shit, man. It's just, you know, You just gotta keep your head on the swivel out there, whatever and shit, man. Cause like I was from a part, like I was raised in Dalzell, but I was originally born in Sumter and everything. And Sumter, they call that shit Merck City, so that explains it. That's already explainable itself, you know, just by calling it Merck City or whatever and shit, you know. So it's still called that or whatever and shit, but you know, it just, you know, you had to be a head on the swivel out there, just make sure, you know, to stay out the bullshit kind of. That's the only way. That was the only way to really make it, you know, because I come from a time where like making it to 21, that wasn't really something that a lot of people did, you know. So
yeah.
But yeah, it's keep your head on the swivel out there.
Fact. So do you ever take trips back home to your hometown? You know, being out there in the O?
Shit, nah, I ain't been back. I ain't been to South Carolina in like 6 years and shit, man. To be honest with you, or whatever, man. It's just like it's a lot of personal shit, and you know, it's just a lot of stuff that, you know, I just kind of like just let it be for what it is right now, because my energy is in a different, you know, is in a different spot or whatever and everything. And then like, you know, so it's just trying to like keep my energy where it is right now. And then I go back home when I do. But I talk to my grandmother or whatever and everything. I always keep in contact with my grandmother, you know, make sure she all right. You know, see how she's doing and shit, you know. But other than that, you know, that's like kind of my main, that's like my main focus really or whatever. Just, you know, my making sure is talking to my grandmother and everything. That keep me good, and that just keep me like where, you know, I know everything at home okay. As long as I talk to her and she good, I know everything at home is okay.
Nah, I feel that, bro. Like when you leave, you know, your comfort zone, which a lot of people where they raised at, when they from, and you spend time other places, that just broaden your horizon already. You feel me? And to put you in a different mind state. So it's like being away for a minute.
It was just because I was in the military or whatever and everything. That's just why I was able to, you know, just blessed to be able to go different places and get that mindset to be able to, you know, because like most of my life I've been like, you know, really by myself or whatever. I'm like a heavy loner and everything or whatever and everything. So I've been moving around mostly by myself, and the military just taught me how to, you know, just be oneself or whatever and not really need too much.
Yeah. So who or what would you say molded you into the person you are today?
My grandfather. Ain't nobody but my grandfather. That like comes straight easy or whatever. Cause like with my grandfather, you know, like my grandmother passed in 2001 or whatever, and then he's like he's not my biological grandfather, but he's my step grandfather or whatever. But he really, like, I take him as biological just because of this is how he molded everything or whatever. But his sister or whatever was my biological grandmother, and he basically was like, Dad, like, where if something happened to me before it happened to you, I'm gonna take, you know, vice versa or whatever. So something happened to her first or whatever. So he held his part up in his bargain or whatever, and he moved us from Sumter, because that's how I got from Sumter to Dalzell, because he was living in Dalzell. So he basically moved us from Sumter to Dalzell with them, and then they became our legal guardians and everything. And then basically from there, he just took me up or whatever. I never had my father in my life or whatever and everything. So my grandfather, he was always hard on me at first or whatever. So I used to always think he didn't like me or nothing like that or whatever, you know. So I was like, man, why the bad, you know? But then now that I got older and everything, I look back at it, I understand why, because I didn't have a father figure. So it's a lot of things that I didn't know, because I would be the nigga that would, you ask me for a flathead, I would bring you a filler, you know. So it's like, you know, like once he told me to go get stuff and I couldn't always bring him the right thing, that's when he started being extra harder, because he was like, okay, I gotta work a little bit, I gotta work hard with this one right here or whatever, because he don't really, and if I let him go in the world, he's gonna be fucked up. He gonna be fucked. So, you know, I gotta, so, you know, he basically just, from that point on, he was like, you know, I got it. I was mostly, out of everybody, he had his thumb on me the most, because he know I needed a little bit of extra care. And to be honest or whatever, I mean, that shit helped out, because I always think when I am in a situation or whatever, I gotta figure something out, I always think of him first, because he's not here no more. He passed in 2010, but I always think of him first. So yeah, that's the person that molded me into, well, besides the military, it kind of leveled it out or whatever with an extra different twist on it. But the basis and everything I kind of knowing what I know now is because of him.
Nah, that was so though, man. So when it comes to music, like what initially sparked your interest, you know, in hip hop music to where, you know, you decided, you know, you want to be an artist yourself?
Lil Wayne, The Block Is Hot.
Type stuff, yeah.
Yeah, the block is hot. When I heard that, when I first heard that song and everything, and I saw that video and everything, I was like, you know, this is something I want to do or whatever. Figure out how to do it or whatever and everything. Like the whole Cash Money movement, it wasn't all just Lil Wayne, but the whole Cash Money movement is what really got me into wanting to like be a rap artist.
No, I feel that because I feel like a lot of us, if you grew up in the 90s, bro, and Cash Money No Limit was a soundtrack, boy. I'm trying to tell you.
Yeah, that was a soundtrack. You hear like, you know, and then P was putting out albums every damn fucking week, it seemed like, and shit. So, you know, it's just like, so yeah, good time. That was a good, I feel like 98 to 99 was like the best year of hip hop to me. I feel like.
Yeah.
I feel like 98 to 99 was the best year.
Yeah, it took a little change because, you know, before that you had Death Row, NWA going on.
After Big and Pac got killed, that's when everything just kind of like took a different turn and everything. That's when everybody had their chance to creep in or whatever, because, you know, them boys was, and then you had the whole East Coast West Coast thing going on, so that was mostly you know, so that was really going on, and then it wasn't really, artists couldn't really move around like that. So, but then Cash Money was like, No Limit kind of started that or whatever, because you gotta look at P got in there first and everything, but then fucking once Cash Money came in, that shit does now changed everything. They changed a lot of shit in rap.
Yeah, locally they say Cash Money already kind of held everything down in New Orleans.
Yeah, they was already moving units and everything. BG was down fucking like BG was moving heavy units out there or whatever and shit, you know. Like a BG, like the BG the starter Cash Money. BG like the one who really helped that Cash Money get to that part. Then Juvenile, it was like, but it was really BG though at the same time. I can't even say it was Juvie because Juvie came after BG. Yeah. BG was there kind of BG that was there first, and then then Juvie, then Wayne. Oh no, I think Wayne. No, it was Wayne next.
It was
Wayne. Wayne and BG had a group. Wayne and BG had a group called the BGs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it would be due to like once I guess all the artists beforehand had died. I guess all the
artists they had died.
Yeah, so it was on.
And then Baby was beefing with one of them, or whatever. So that was like the final straw where he got rid of everybody.
Yeah,
and then he just started with BG.
Yeah, it was his projects too that broke in the door, I guess, with Universal due to the success of BG albums and stuff. That's when they came with the deal. Yep. Then they was like, I think BG was supposed to go first, but he got caught with a gun charge when they were going commercial, and then they went with Juvenile. I didn't know that. Yeah, I ain't know that, but they came out with it.
I mean, but that sound right, because Juvenile, that Juvie did come out before BG. Because you would look at it like, why the hell damn Juvenile came out first and then BG came out, like his shit came out after.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That does make sense.
So speaking of, you know, the Hot Boys and Master P, you know, had New Orleans having an influence on your sound, like, can you name some more of your early musical influences and how they shaped your journey as an artist?
Shit. Damn, DMX. There's a lot of, if you listen to me or whatever, you can hear a lot of DMX. And DMX taught me how to be vulnerable in rap, and they actually put the higher power in the rap. DMX kind of taught me how to do that and not be ashamed of it. Because, you know, most people, they probably be ashamed of, you know, talk about the higher power in their raps or whatever and everything. And I learned how to mix it or whatever, because I'll be like, maybe I'll be cautious of not putting bad like energy or kind of a subject around the higher power that doesn't need to be there. So I watch how I do that when I structure my songs and everything. But DMX, then Pac, like most like DMX and Pac kind of really, as far as like, you know, that aspect, because they helped me through a lot as a child. I didn't have my father and everything, so music was. And my grandmother, I mean, she didn't understand, you know, like, you know, certain things, and my mama, you know, that's a whole different subject or whatever and everything. So yeah, music was the only thing I really had or whatever to understand things and to figure out what this is and what that is, and you know.
Yeah,
So,
I feel like, you know, during them times too, like you said, growing up in the era where you getting music from Pop that's explaining a lot of stuff, shedding light on a lot of things, you know, to get people to understand who we are as a people and what we going through and stuff. Like that was an era where like you was learning a lot through music, like either the
yeah, you
80s,
was
90s, and in them times like that. But then when you get it now, it's like that substance been diluted so much where it's like I can't get game from this, bro. This ain't it. That's why
yeah, that's what I'm saying. It got so crazy. Like I can't like music or whatever. I listen to a certain way now or whatever shit. If I hear too much, pussy, too much dick, all this other shit, I just it gets tossed. Cause I mean, at the same time, it's nothing against that shit or whatever and shit. But it's like I don't want to. My mind in different space. I don't want to hear that shit. I don't want to hear that shit by ear all the time and shit like that or whatever shit. You know? I want to hear something that's talking to me or whatever. Something that gonna help me through my day. Something that gonna, you know, give me some motivation. You know.
Bro, facts.
So,
bro. I don't be liking it too much.
It's crazy though, but to go back to what you just said though, it's like Pac or whatever shit, man. A lot of the shit that Pac talked about is crazy that you look at the world and you see that shit so much.
It's like even more relevant to the day. Like
yeah, that's what I'm saying. And his music or whatever shit, I think that's why his music will forever be, you know, like, and that's why I want to get my music out or whatever and shit, that where it can be like that because Pac. Like his music, it's just timeless. It's just timeless. It can cover any time, and you can go and listen to it, and it gonna feel like he talk about what's going on right now, and it's crazy. But that's just that's just who he was though.
Nah, for real. So, what inspired your decision to transition? You know, to Florida, like, you know, was it primarily for career opportunities in music, like in Orlando specifically? What made you target Orlando?
Orlando was really just because I was going to Full Sail. I decided to go to the school I had or whatever and shit for a little bit. Shit. That was really why I ended up in Orlando. But how I got to Florida, that shit was just life down, fucking just having a nigga in a tornado going all across, you know, shit. From here to wherever and shit, and God just got his hands in that tornado that just kind of got me by the shirt, kind of making sure like, hey, I'm still here, but you know, it's just something I had to go through. It's just something I had to go through. So and then that transition, that tornado, it dropped me off in Florida.
Nah, fact. So how's the changes in your environment, you know, like influence your music and artist vision?
It just make me approach my songs different. It make me kind of like want to be like, you know, more of trying to help people or whatever and everything, like, you know, like, because if with me or whatever, I try and write my raps where like where I'm rapping them kind of like in third person, where I'm talking, where it's like it's not like you hearing MONEYBEEZOE talk. You hear like somebody's talking to you, like, you know, trying to deliver a message or whatever and shit. Like Sky's the Limit. Like that song is a song I would say like for the people or whatever, like if they're viewing or whatever and they want to try and figure out, that'll be a perfect song for you to go listen to see like where I'm actually just like talking, like you would feel like I'm talking to you in the song or whatever and everything. So it's like I try to make my music where I talk to people and shit. You know, I know people got mental health issues and all that shit. I got this shit. I ain't working with a full deck, but at the same time, you know, like shit. You know, I mean, but I feel like, you know, I know it's other people who going through the world who ain't all right or whatever. And, you know, they don't feel all right. And then shit, I'm here to let you know, like shit, it's okay to feel like that, but just don't get stuck there. Like, you know, try and get about that shit. Cause if you get stuck there, I from experience, that shit is a hell of a fight to get up out of it. You get stuck in that shit. So, you know, but yeah, that's what I try to make music for, just to try and help people out and shit, man, you know. And for it to be timeless and shit, for motherfuckers to be listening to my shit like 10 years from now, it can, you know, I'm trying to get that aspect of, you know, music and shit, man. Not just being a flash in the pan where I'm here for a time period or I'm just a thing or whatever for a certain time. I'm time stamped.
Yeah. Nah, I feel like as a creative and an artist, like as I think about it today, you know, as long as I've been doing it, I'm like, bro, literally we all building like a time capsule for ourselves. Like, you know, for when you know,
This kind of your legacy, to be honest
yeah.
with you. You doing music or whatever shit, you got a chance to leave a legacy.
Yeah, so it's like, you know, with your kids, family, whatever, you know, they ain't gotta be thinking about you. They can just pull up this video or pull your music up and still
And
feel
then at
your
the same time,
energy.
the generational wealth or whatever and everything, because then your kids or whatever can, you know, you can make sure your kids straight or whatever even when you ain't here no longer or whatever and everything, you know. You can always make sure your kids are straight. Your kids can inherit for that shit. And you never know, you might inspire them to, you know.
Yeah, for real. Cause like you say, kids mimic a lot of things they see, and you the first person they gonna mimic, you know.
Yeah, you're the first person. You got their first kind of thought or vision of inspiration, really.
Yeah. So have you noticed any distinct characteristics or trends within the Orlando music scene, you know, that influence your style or approach to music? Like, how do you feel about the overall scene in Orlando?
I mean, the overall scene I have whatever is diverse. You got like, you know, you got people doing different things. Like you got people that do rage music, you got people that do pop music, you know. But at the same time, I mean, the scene or whatever, the best thing I say about the scene or whatever and everything is like people ain't scared to like, you know, show support or whatever and everything. Like, you know, like when you go to like when you out here performing and everything, it's like other artists will like they'll like, you know, they ain't go just stand around, you know, and just, you know. So that's one thing I can see about out here or whatever. But as far as like changing my style or whatever, nah, it's like my style is my style. So at the same time, nobody or anybody can, you know, like anybody can really like make me feel like I need to change it or anything like that or whatever. I heard so many people over the years tell me to change it or whatever. It's like only a couple people I've listened to that have helped me advance it. But as far as like going out here and seeing other people in the music scene out here, that's gonna make me like be like, okay, nah, not gonna happen.
Nah, I get that. You know, if you want to say advance it, because you know, over time as an artist, we dibble and dabble, but our original sound, like that's you. So the whole world, if the whole world ain't heard your sound, you still unique in a way. It ain't gotta be the whole world. You got what 52 states, you feel me? So it's like,
yeah, nah, but my style or whatever, it just different and unique or whatever and everything. So that's why I don't change it, because I know like I've heard people tell me whatever my style is different, and people like, you know, and then I'm seeing now where it's starting to pay off, where like people starting to see the difference in it. So like what I've been trying to do, because I already knew like a time like this would come where something different was needed. So I already knew like I just gotta stick with this shit. I gotta thug it out, because it's gonna come a time, and now is the time where people are starting to see like this shit different. I don't hear nobody sounding like that, you know. So it's like it's paying off since now. So it's like, nah, I'm sticking with this shit. So I mean, I see different things or whatever. I may see somebody do something like, you know, I like or whatever and shit, but nah, as far as like, you know, cause my style is just like basically like my style is really like a whole bunch of styles incorporated in one. You got like a whole bunch of like. And there's a whole bunch of like artists over the years that I just mixed up. I just took something from here. I took something from Wayne. I took something from Big. I took something from DMX. I took something from Jay-Z. I took something from Missy Elliott, and just mix it all in the, you know, that's just what my style is. It's kind of like, my style is kind of not homage, but it kind of is at the end of the day, because I just mix it a lot of greats and just kind of put my spin on it.
Yeah, ain't nothing wrong with that. That's still original, because matter of fact, you know, our favorite artists or whatever artist you listen to, they got people they was influenced and inspired by. Everything.
Jay is a prime example of that. Jay, like people call it biting or whatever with the shit he been doing for Big, but he would just use certain melodies and shit like that or whatever. I mean, he was saying certain bars and shit, but that just was his way of, you know. But yeah, I mean, so. It's all in rap or whatever. You're like all your style or whatever, or your influence or whatever and shit is influenced by somebody. Lil Uzi got a lot of. I see a lot of these kids be inspired. A lot of these kids got the Lil Uzi style or the Juice WRLD style. The Juice WRLD style, I see that shit in a lot of these rappers. Like this is a certain way, because I used to listen to Juice WRLD a lot or whatever shit, and I used to see how he used to rap and shit, and how his cadence used to be, and how he used to do certain shit, and I see that shit in a lot of rappers.
Nah, facts. So, can you share any like memorable moments, experiences, or collaborations, performances you had within the Orlando community?
Shit. Most of my performances and shit is either with Kid Pro or the guy, my homie that's featured on Through the Day, or my other homie QS Latin or whatever and everything. Like those are the ones that's really. Those are the ones that really stand out or whatever and everything. Because I mean, I network with other people, but I haven't had the chance to have those moments with other people yet. Those moments are coming because I got more songs with certain people in the city now, or whatever and shit. You know, so those moments are coming. But as far as moments that I can remember and everything, it's been with Kid Pro, QS Latin.
Fact. Shout out to him, man. So
yeah, those are my brothers, man. Those are my brothers, man, from the other mother, man, for real. Those are my brothers. They helped me do a lot because a lot of me getting to this point wouldn't happen without those two. To be honest, it wouldn't happen without those two.
That's real, bro. We all need, you know, like-minded individuals, either day ones, or it can be simple as you meet someone today. You know what I mean? They loyalty to you might be way more than the person you know all your life and stuff like that.
Yeah, and then the crazy thing about it is everything is that QS Latin is like a big part of me even getting out of that tornado to be like where, okay, I can see some light now. Like he's a big part of that. A lot of like the beginning of this shit or whatever and shit and me getting out of that crazy ass situation, it wouldn't happen without QS Latin. And then Kid Pro just came around with, you know, to help me out with other things and everything. And then, you know, it was like without those two, man, I wouldn't even be here right now with possibly talking to you with a lot of shit, man. Real.
No, that's real, bro. So looking ahead, like what are your aspirations, you know, within the Orlando music scene, and how you could plan to continue to grow, you know, and like making your impact, stamping your impact, you know, with music. I wouldn't say just Orlando, just leave it there, because it's always the mission is always to be global, not local. You feel me? But
you know.
Yeah. But while you networking and doing your thing, like what's your plan with that when you hitting these different venues and meeting people and, you know?
Just getting the message out there or whatever. Just basically like, you know, just like networking with people and letting everybody know that everybody can eat or whatever. The more of us the more easier it'll get if the more of us, if we got a good bit of us and everything, like it'll be a lot more easier, because the shit that the record label's doing, the shit ain't rocket scientists, the shit easy or whatever. So, you know, I just want to put out a message or whatever, you know, just basically getting my voice out there and getting my message out there and just reaching more people and shit and having more people understand, like, you know, like, and then once more people start listening to my music and everything, then I understand people gonna get it, you know. And then at the same time, I make different music. I make music that's gonna make you feel good. I make music that's gonna uplift your spirit, you know. So once that's what is basically what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to make sure that get more, you know, of people knowing who I am and everything, and knowing the music and vibing with the music.
Facts. So reflecting like on your passion for music in general, like what emotions or experiences drive you to create? Like what puts you in that mode?
I mean, what put me in that mode, it just depends. I mean, like the beat or whatever, kind of the most thing that really, when I'm in the music or whatever and shit, like the beat, like the first 10-20 seconds, like shit, that shit don't catch me and shit, then it's probably I'm probably not gonna do a song, because I feel like if I get on a song, I cannot be forcing that, because if I feel like I'm forcing something, then the song is gonna be trash or whatever, or it's not gonna sound right. So, but like getting on that or whatever, yeah, it's what made that with the song and everything. It's just like it's just how I feel at the moment, kind of. You know, if I'm feeling like good, or if I need to get something off of my mind, like the release therapy songs that I've been doing or whatever, like those were more just of me trying to figure out a way of dealing with my personal shit or whatever, and not because I be alone most of the time. So at the same time, I don't really have nobody really talks to like that. So at the same time, the mic is the only thing I really have to talk to. So I just figure out how to get the aggression off of me or whatever. Cause I started seeing it started affecting me a certain way where I had more anger in me. So I was just starting to be I started seeing like a little bit of bitterness starting to form. So I was like, you figure out how to get this shit up out of here or whatever, cause I can't be having this. So I just started doing no release therapies, but that's a prime example, you know, just like, and that just basically trying to get my mind at peace. Basically, that's what really sparked me with emotion.
Facts. So what you enjoy most about the process, like when it comes to making new music? Is it the writing, listening to the beats, recording, or performing the material?
It's the whole aspect of whatever, really, from the beat to the recording. I do the whole process myself or whatever. So, you know, basically, like, you know, I listen to the beat, see what beat I want, you know, then start forming and everything. Like now, and now I just started switching it up where now I do the chorus first. So I start with the chorus first, and then I go to the rest song. I feel like that makes the song a little bit more easier because now you got a base of what you're talking about. So the verses, them shits will come easier now where you ain't got to, like, you know. So I just basically, like, you know, but the whole process or whatever, really, I like the whole process. It's fun or whatever. And then it's a therapy session for me anyway, so I enjoy the whole process.
Now I like how you broke that down, bro. Because like from an artist, from my perspective too, as being an artist, like I always did that, bro. Once I get the chorus, that's the first thing I'm trying to hit first. Once I got the verses easy after that, it's just getting that chord because that's gonna be like the foundation of the whole record.
Yeah, but me or whatever, the crazy part, I used to write the verses first. For some reason, I used to always write the verses first. Like the chorus used to always come from the verses or whatever. But now I kind of like, okay, let me just let the verses come from the chorus and shit, see how that works.
Yeah, because when you're in that vibe and like, all right, because you're going to hear the chord about 2-3 times. So it's like once you get that going, and like, boom, like you go right into the verse from there, you know?
Yeah. I thought about that. So I was like, man, that should make it more easy. I think if I start doing that now.
Nah, fact. So describe your work ethic in the studio, like how you approach your recording sessions. Like when you is a specific time where you just lock in, like I'm in here.
I approach my recording sessions like that, fucking how Wayne and Pac would approach it or whatever and shit. Cause I like watch a lot of documentaries and shit, like just watching Lil Wayne recording process or whatever and shit. Kind of like, you know, I watched the when the DVD days was around and shit or whatever and shit. I was watching the Nino Brown 2 or whatever and shit. It was like the whole process of his No Ceilings, the first No Ceilings mixtape or whatever and shit. Like one of his classic ass mixtapes and shit. And you see the recording process of that shit and everything. So I saw that shit. And Wayne just worked ethic and shit. Just basically like how he just, you know, I'm trying to like reach them in songs and shit like that, whatever. And then I just saw how Pop just said, like, you know, when you're in the studio, don't waste no time and shit, man. Just like, man, get that beat popping, man, get the damn fucking chorus down, fucking whoever mixing the shit, they can damn do that shit later while artists in here working the shit. Let's just record our shit, you know. And that's how I record my shit. I'll record it. And I probably won't even touch it or whatever no more shit. I got so many songs on my computer. I go back like, damn, I recorded that and shit. And, you know, so it's just like I got so much shit that. And then now I go back and mix it and shit, you know, because if you already know as an artist recording and shit or whatever, you record something or whatever and shit, and then months, and then come back and then mix it and make it sound like, you know, some fresh ass shit or whatever and shit. So that's just like, you know, just basically like just working where, like, I got a Tupac a Lil Wayne work ethic and shit, man. Because I always like had an aspect of wanting to be the Michael Jackson of rap, but I was like, nah, unless I got females passing out and shit or whatever and all that shit, man. You know, I ain't about to reach Michael Jackson shit. So, you know, like, but you know, just being, I think more of the Michael Jackson thing is more of being like that GOAT artist or whatever. That timeless, you know, like it's got music that just, you know. And then I'm just like that person, like, you know, like just up there, you know. So I'm trying. That's where my work ethic comes though. It comes from more of Tupac and Lil Wayne.
Nah, facts. Because I remember seeing them clips. Pop was on some. I guess he felt like he knew something was coming. Some, you know, whatever might be heading their way. So he was just like, man, he locked in. We finna record all this, like. Man, like that was crazy. Like
it's crazy. It's crazy the amount of shit that Pop got done in the amount of time he got it done. It's crazy. If you really look at how much
music, all type of stuff,
all that shit, and then still music that can still come out. Because I hear they say they still got music. I hear they still got music that they, you know. But you know, Fina ain't here no more and all that other stuff. So I think that kind of the hold up with a lot of the stuff that's going on with new shit coming out from Pac or whatever. And then you got all this AI and all this other shit. So
bro,
I don't know.
That AI is a whole nother ball game, bro. That changed a lot.
Shit, Drake show motherfuckers that shit when he damn fucking had Pac on a whole diss track. It's just like, you know, it's just crazy.
Yeah, and I feel like, bro, me honestly, I don't even think it was just. I think his face was on it, but I think, you know, the person they got to do that final pull to it, you know, to release it. I think they really put it on him, but that was no good move. Cause you know they call it PR moves and stuff like that.
Yeah,
like
the PR. His PR, he need to damn fucking fire them motherfuckers. That was a bad move,
bruh.
That was a bad move. I don't even let him do that. But a lot of these PRs or whatever now that you have different PRs in the game too. That's another aspect of it. You have PRs who are looking for the more like the viral part of it now, because everybody in the PR department now, they looking for a viral moment. Like the morals and the aspects of it is gone now and shit. So like,
if it's real or not.
Really start that now though. Now that you said that, whatever. Now that you brought that up, that is another thing. That's why music is the way it is, because you got PR departments different now. That they got a different agenda now.
Everything based off a viral moment. It ain't really organic.
Yeah, a lot of these mainstream artists need to fire their damn PR department because they put these niggas in like bad positions and shit. You know?
Real talk. So out of all the songs you recorded in your catalog, man, which one holds the most weight to you and why? I'll let you pick three of your top songs.
Shit, I gotta start with Knees and Elbows. I got a love-hate relationship with that song, Knees and Elbows or whatever. It's like it's a twerk dance song or whatever and everything. I mean, I'm gonna give people, and this is like the first time that I've even like kind of even told this story as far as like why it even have a meaning to me or whatever, why I even like held an aspect to it, is because I recorded the song first when I lost everything and I was living in a shelter. And shit. So I'll be thinking about this shit too. Like, why the fuck am I even recording a dance song when I'm even in this fucking situation in the first place? So, you know, like, but it was a song I had where I was recording EP, because there was time when I was living in that shelter or whatever, I was going like to the studio or whatever, my homeboy Sam be mixing or whatever and everything. Like, I was going there with him and everything. We was recording, and that was just one of the songs that was in that bunch to record and everything. But that song, it took off or whatever, because it started getting radio play in Germany, because it kind of took off when I went to Germany and everything, because then like I started having like people over there like doing like dance videos to it, or I would start using dance videos off the internet and putting it to it. And then aspect of, I saw people that actually creating videos to it, like, because it would be female when I was in Germany or whatever that was in the States, and they would like create videos to it and everything, so I would use it. So that kind of helped it and everything. So that song, like, and it's at almost at 200,000. So it's like that's like my most that's like my second one. Well, like Sky's the Limit is my first one that got the most stream, but that got my second most amount of stream. But it's just the aspect of how it changed, because DJs was playing it in the club. I got like 3 or 4 remixes that DJs did to it, just off the shrimp of it or whatever. So it's just the movement and it got my name out there or whatever, you know. So that's just the one because of what it did and what it changed and everything. So that, and then Sky's the Limit, because that was just a message. That was a song I was trying to put a message out there and everything. And then the Sky's the Limit, it kind of came from the Jeezy song or whatever and shit, like the basis of it or whatever. That came from that Jeezy song off his first album and everything. So that's why I kind of like wrote that song. And then I wrote that song when I was in Germany, but it kind of like I ain't really put it out or whatever until I got back over here and everything. But like that's the second song. And then third song, that is, I mean, it got to be a most recent one. It got to be Through the Day or whatever and everything. I kind of just like that. That song has, I see that song, it has a lot of potential or whatever, because it got most accepted with playlists and everything. And, you know, so it's like, it got a good reception to it. So that would be the third song. And then plus with Kid Pro or whatever, and then he kind of like helped me. That's a song that the backstory to that song is just like he was like, we got to do something different or whatever. We got to have a different style. We got to like, you know. So that was just kind of like him, you know, basically coming to me or whatever with the aspect or whatever of helping me like, hey, we got to figure out how to get you with a different, you know, add something different to what you already got. So, you know, and that's why my delivery on that song was the way it is, because Kid Pro was like, let's, you know, let me hear you give it a different type of flow. And when I told him my cadence or whatever, be like, okay, we rock with that. And then I just figured it out from there. So that'd be a third song just because of the backstory and the potential they got.
No, that real. So, bro, when it come to like when you in the studio on the record session, you got any specific rituals you do? Like when you get the record, I gotta be like, you know what I mean? It gotta be a certain way, a certain feeling or a vibe. Like, you know, some people are smoke before they go in the session. Some people are, you know, because you're gonna be locked in for a minute, probably recording. Yeah, so you gotta be comfortable. Like, what makes you comfortable in the recording setting?
Shit, that would be I smoke or whatever. I mean, it ain't a necessity, because I mean I can basically, like, you know, as long as I got my cadence or whatever and everything, and my soul where I can one take a song, then that kind of the most thing. But as far as something that make me comfortable or make me like relax and calm, or, you know, I'm locked in, as long as I got my green, I'm good or whatever and everything. Because I don't drink. Like in July 4th, I'll be 2 years no alcohol. So like, you know.
You gotta clap.
So yeah, it's just more for the green, but basically like really to appreciate that too. But it's just basically the structure of the song and everything, really, and just making sure I got the cadence where I can go in there when I ain't got to redo go through the verse a couple times, where I like just go in and get that song out or whatever and everything. Like I said, go back to what Pac said, whatever. I try and get that bitch like to the next. Cause I know I'll come back and mix it later. So yeah, it's just basically that.
Nah, I feel that, bro. And that's real too, bro. In the 2 year, bro. Congratulations on that. You feel me? Cause
that's something I never thought I'd be or whatever and everything. Cause like a motherfucker know me or whatever, man. Like, I used to drink like a fish, right? I used to drink like a fish, man. That shit. But at the same time, it just started causing mental issues and shit or whatever and shit, kind of where like I just started seeing like, cause alcohol is really a depressant. At the end of the day, like if you really know it, if you really go through that shit and have to like learn about certain shit of it and everything, then you know like it's a depressant. I started seeing like that shit started just making me like had moments where I didn't want to get out of bed and shit, and then the thoughts was kind of like on some other shit. So it was like it was doing more damage than it was doing help. Well, yeah, I had my turn up moments of them, but then when that shit done come down, and then shit, now that's the moment where you got like where that depressed shit doesn't press on your ass and shit, and then you got to figure that shit out. So yeah, it was like, I can't even kick with that shit. Got to get rid of this bitch.
Nah, I respect that, bro, because I had to fall back on a lot of that with myself, bro. Like I don't really indulge in as much as I would. I'm really on a more healthy type vibe. You feel me? Before I came and did the show, I was like, bro, let's do noon, because I try to. Now I'm incorporating, you know, running with the family about an hour in the morning on Saturdays. You know, if anything, we get up and move, get knocked that out, start the day right. You feel me? So
that's what I'm saying, man. The family aspect or whatever shit, man. I will tell you like this right here, man. Like that shit, man. Always just make sure you hold on to that shit, man. Cause like you don't know what that shit's like when that shit's gone. Cause I say that shit because I was married and divorced and shit or whatever and shit, and I still deal with a lot of bullshit from that shit. But the bullshit I deal with, it ain't from my ex or nothing like that, or the ex-wife or nothing like that. I mean, she has a part in it or whatever and shit, you know, but as far as like the love and all that shit, missing that part, like that shit's done. I'm dealing with the aspect of not being able to be with my daughter or be even able to talk to her and shit. So, you know, I always tell all parents whatever shit, man, like stay through that shit, stick through it. Cause like, that's just a whole different ball game when that shit ain't there no more.
Nah, I respect that, bro. That's real too, bro. That's the important thing. It's like you can't really be selfish and thinking of yourself, especially when you got kids involved. So it's like, I gotta think about how this gonna affect them too. You feel me?
Yeah, I know. I mean, you want to do it in a positive aspect, but at the same time, like I say, man. I mean, with that, whatever. If I had a family, whatever, like now, whatever, so I'll be trying to incorporate them into it, or whatever. Be honest with you, whatever, shit. Just figure out that how to get them into it or whatever, have them in the video, you know, or have them, you know, like, you know, mostly with me or whatever and shit like that or whatever, where like I ain't really too much, you know, doing it by myself, and then I have to move a different way and shit. But as far as like, so it don't stop me from not doing this, you know, I would, you know, that's how I would how I would incorporate that shit.
Yeah, I feel that. So let's talk about your latest mixtape release, Get 'Em Beezo Volume 4. Like, what inspired the project and what message are you pushing through it to the listeners?
The Get 'Em Beezo Volume 4, that was just basically because I got Volume 3 and I got Volume 1 and Volume 1 up to 3 or whatever already out, but it's just basically a mixtape thing I just doing whatever and everything. Cause like if you listen to my songs or whatever, most times or whatever, I always say Get 'Em Beezo before like the verse drop or, you know, somewhere in there or whatever. So I just basically just started doing a mixtape, and that's just like kind of my Lil Wayne type of way of doing, like how Lil Wayne had the dedications and the droughts and everything like that. Yeah, that's just basically like, you know, my shit or whatever. And that's just my mixtape side of my music or whatever and shit. So if you ever see like a Get 'Em Beezo volume whatever and everything, that's just basically a mixtape or whatever shit where I'm just rapping over other people's beats, or, you know, got some original tracks in that way. I'm trying to see like how people receptive to it, whatever and shit. Cause I'll put an original track on a mixtape and shit, and just see like how people fucking with it, if they fucking with it or not, you know.
Bruh, I ain't gonna lie. That's one thing I noticed too, bro. When you took I say, yeah, he pulling the Wayne. When you just taking another beat, you might hear okay chorus of them or something, but you know, it's like because I reduced the project like this. Put me on. They should have put me on there. And it was nothing but a compilation of all the hottest songs or whatever going on there, of it being open verse or something, and I just slide on as if like I was on the record. You know what I mean? Like that's why I say they should have put me on
there or whatever and everything. Like, cause I got that from Wayne or whatever and everything. Like Wayne, when he go other people's beats or whatever and shit, he don't try and like. I probably use their cadence a little bit sometimes, whatever. It just depends or whatever, you know. But if I put my own style in it, I'll put my own style in it. But yeah, I got that shit from Wayne. That just basically me trying to. I see that era come back or whatever and shit. Cause a lot of people doing that shit. Like a lot of rappers or whatever are doing that shit. And I'm just seeing that era coming back or whatever. And everybody doing it. So and I've been doing it. I never really stopped doing it. I've been doing that shit like ever since I've been rapping really and shit. So you know, like. And I just got back to it now that I got my own setup and shit where I can actually, you know, record my own shit and do my own shit. I'm just basically doing it more. And then I just thought like, let me go to what Wayne did or whatever. Cause I kind of like really what I'm doing right now, what my movement is too, is really trying to be like what Wayne was in his Carter 2 days. Like that's where I got my mind for. I'm watching a lot of old Wayne. Like the new Wayne, it's good. He can always be the best rapper alive to me because I can't never. You know, but it just I would just want Wayne to revert back to them Carter 2 days, because now I just like you rap about a little bit too much pussy in it or whatever, you know. That's just my little gripe with Wayne right now, just because I know there is better, and I know he's way
more talented than
way better than that what he doing or whatever and shit. But I just feel like Wayne, he had a point now where he can do that. He's earned that right to do that.
Yeah,
so that's why I look at it now, like he's earned the right to do that. He's done so much.
I feel like a lot of artists, you know, it ain't no excuse, but I feel like a lot of artists in their early days, like let's say 50 Cent, for instance. Like I used to be on a lot of up north too, mixed with down south. So
and that mixtape stuff come with 50 too now. 50 was here on that mixtape too.
But that's the stuff I'm talking about before Get Rich or Die Trying. When I'm listening to Power of Dollar and how vicious and hungry was on that, I'm like, that always be their best work to me, bro. The early days always be the best work. That ain't hands down. Most artists when they come out and when Get Rich or Die Trying drop, bro, crazy.
That shit was right. That shit was crazy, man. That run, that Get Rich or Die Trying run, that shit was crazy.
So like with the Beezo Volume 4, like what sets this mixtape apart from your previous work, like both musically and lyrically, from the last Beezo volume?
What sets it apart is just basically me trying to get more different deliveries or whatever and everything, where the cadence don't sound the same, because I've gotten that feedback too where they say like the cadence kind of sound the same. It sound like where it seemed like it just one cadence throughout the song. It sounded like kind of whatever. That's what I've been hearing, but I don't really hear it too much or whatever. But then when I started listening to certain things, I started to hear it a little bit or whatever. So I was like, let me figure out this different ways to pattern it through the song or whatever. So it just mostly I try to do more melodies and more like, you know, the style is different where like the cadence sound this way on one song, sound different way on the other, or the verse sound one cadence, the hook sound, you know, verse would be more cadence and the hook would be more melody, you know. So I'm just trying to figure out that whatever and shit. But like there's a heads on volume 5. It's gonna be more like it's gonna be more original songs too or whatever. Cause I'm gonna start turning them into like original songs. Cause I remember Wayne, he had a lot of original songs on his mixtapes too or whatever, because a lot of the producers or whatever and shit, they wanted their money. So he was like, the way around that was just to put them on the mixtape. So I'm gonna start doing that shit too. I ain't gonna get away from using other people's beats or whatever, but it's gonna be balanced out more out or whatever. So volume 5, that's gonna be more of an advance with that. But volume 4, what I advance with that, just basically trying to just different styles and, you know, just different subject matters and everything, and more it's more personal subject matters on volume 4 than any other volumes.
Right. So, like as an independent artist, how do you navigate the challenges of the music industry, like while staying true to your, you know, artistic integrity, like, you know, not selling your soul and stuff? Because I feel like, you know, the industry seems so much diluted nowadays, like than what it used to be. You know, at the same time, it's an advantage, you know, to artists who really passionate to have the outlets and network, you know. But then you got, you know, a lot of average Joes out there that don't even give a damn. They just want the likes and views and, you know, whatever.
Yeah, they don't know what really come with this shit, man. All the damn hard days and shit, man. But at the same time, everybody got a different setup, though. Other people got it where they get babysitted through this shit, and other people got it where they got to, you know, really grind through this bitch. You know, so. But say the question one more time, bro. My bad.
So like as an independent artist, how you navigate, you know, the challenge of the music industry, like, you know, staying true to your, you know, artistic vision and keeping your integrity, you know.
Yeah, not like
and stuff.
Not caring what nobody think or whatever and everything. Just me or whatever. I mean, like nobody gonna be me or whatever. And then at the same time, I ain't really about the money and the fame or whatever and everything like that or whatever and shit. Cause I done seen money on top of money. I'll be like, I ain't hurting for money. I mean, like, and it ain't that important with the money and everything, because a lot of people understand like that shit with that deal or whatever and shit, like that money you get off that shit is a loan at the end of the day any damn way. So like shit, ain't no need to damn, you know, like sell your soul for some bullshit. They got you doing a whole bunch of jackass shit now and everything, and you can't damn get out that shit because you damn was looking at this money, and now you damn doing a whole bunch of weird shit, and you can't, and you got to do that shit because you don't sign that black and white. So it's like it ain't even that important for me or whatever. Like I don't really care. Like and at the same time, I do my music for me because it's therapy. So I really don't care. And at the same time, I know it's people that go through what I go through and shit. So I'm trying to do it for the people who actually like what I'm doing, and everybody else who don't fuck with it. I don't really care, man. Like peace and blessings still be upon you, but I really don't care, man. Because at the same time, I do this music for me or whatever. And at the end of the day, I do it whether you like it or not or whatever. I know not everybody gonna like it, so that's why I do a variety of music or whatever and everything to try and cover that or whatever and everything, or try and cover that gap or whatever and shit. I know not everybody gonna like everything I do, but at the same time, that's why I try and make party music. That's why I try and make, and then at the same time, being in Germany and everything for the amount of time I was there and everything, that helped out too, because I got introduced to another whole aspect of music and shit. So, you know, and I got German friends and German people that I call brothers and, you know, sisters and all that shit. So, you know, it's like I had them to understand, you know, or to be around them and indulge in their culture and get music from a different aspect and shit. So that helps out too. So it's just like I know I can touch somebody or whatever because I got a different broad aspect of music and shit, and I do my music for me. So, you know, it ain't even for the industry really. I mean, I'm independent anyway because I ain't really worrying about a deal. If I ever get a deal or anything, I want a Baby or a Master P deal. I don't want nothing else. Everything else, y'all can keep that shit. If I don't own my shit, and if I ain't getting if I ain't getting the higher amount of the percentage, I give y'all the most. I give y'all 25%. That's the most I give y'all. If y'all ain't willing to accept that, then fuck y'all. I'll keep doing this shit on my own because So
yo, that's like if they come out there and offer you an offer $1 million already, you worth way more than that out top.
Yeah, you work 10 times more than they offer you.
Yeah, they just want to lowball because they want to see where your mind is.
Because they already got what they gonna do with them and shit. They already got what they gonna do. They already got their agenda and everything, how they gonna make their money and everything. They already got that shit. And then you gonna end up saying like, well, you gonna see this 200,000, but little do you know, my guy, you can see like 400. You can see like 4 million. You can see 4 million off that 200 they about to give you.
Might take a little bit more work, but it's worth it.
It's gonna take more work. It's gonna take more work, but at the end of the day, it's gonna that 4 million is gonna be yours and shit, and whoever else you gotta split it with.
So performing live is a significant aspect of being a musician and an artist. Like, can you recall your first show experience and how did it feel stepping on stage?
Yeah, I remember my first actual show, whatever. Like as far as like on this little run that I'm on now. Well, not this run that I'm on now, but my aspect of my career now. It was in 2015. 2015 in Germany or whatever. 2015 in Germany. That was my first show when I consider myself I'm being serious about it and shit. So yeah, that was my first show or whatever. My aspect, it was a contest or whatever and shit. That we was doing and shit. And I actually got I got third place, I think. I got third place. I got third place in that shit. And yeah, it's just basically the aspect of, just being in Germany and being at a different crowd and shit, man. It was a great thing, really. And it was a whole different ball game back then. So, but yeah, that was my first real show in 2015 in Germany.
Okay, then. So from your first show to now, in what ways did you enhance your stage presence, now?
My stage presence now is different because I don't drink anymore. Back then, I used to drink, the stage presence is a whole different ball game when you got that liquor, you got the alcohol, it's a whole different ball game.
Man.
So now I go back because I got a lot of footage or whatever for me performing and shit when I was on the drink and shit like that, whatever and shit. And I see the difference from now and then is I had more energy back then because that drink I had the extra courage and shit, so but now it's a little bit more chill and I'm trying to watch more of the old shit so I can get that energy back to it and shit. So that's what I'm trying to figure out now. That's where I'm at now with my performance and shit. I'm trying to figure out how to get that energy of their performance with the drink, without the drink. That's just basically what I see now. That's the only thing I see where I want back. I want that back. I kind of want that back. But now I see with me or what I'm now is just because when I move, I'm still moving. So at the same time, there's a lot more I can be focused on it. That's another thing I say I can be more focused on it because back then, I'm just and then I had my lyrics back then too. So it's so now I just try to get that energy back, but just in trying that in what I'm doing now. But I see it as more focused.
Nah, I feel that. As soon as you said that, bro, I'm like, man, I thought about the performance I did, bro.
Yeah.
Man, I was full of it, bro. I'm on stage. I'm looking back at it like, God damn. I had the energy. I had it down, but I was just
that same shit like, damn, boy, that shit had my ass wired, nigga.
Bro, I'm talking about standing on top of the speaker, bro, going crazy. I'm like, bro,
going dumb, going stupid.
I'm like, man, but I'm like, yeah, nah, I can't, cause I was like, bro, it's like the energy there, but it's the feeling behind it too, bro. You know what I mean? Like you say, the come down. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, damn.
Yeah, that shit, that them hangovers and shit. Wake up in the morning, feel like somebody them bust you in the head with a hammer and shit. Like that. Hell no. I don't miss that shit not one bit.
bro, you saying it's legal, but then like you say, when it comes to green and stuff, bro, we gotta figure out how we could tax this first before we let y'all get it. Then it ain't legal everywhere, but big
Yeah, that's
go
what
buy
I'm
a
saying.
bottle and get alcohol poisoning in the same night.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You can kill niggas off down fucking like alcohol and shit down. Niggas down do crazy shit off, more crazy shit, alcohol and everything. Now you put more weed in the world, let it be legal and shit. The world will be more mellow and shit. Niggas are down. Motherfuckers be more mellow and shit. Motherfuckers won't be so angry. Like,
Yeah,
you know, but
they just don't want
but they
people
know
to
the alcohol is gonna raise people up. They already know the alcohol it's gonna get people to fight. It's gonna get people to do what they want them to do. That's I mean, you already know how this shit work with the world, man. These niggas, they just figure out the best way to keep their foot on niggas' necks, man. That's all they do, man. And at the same time, I look at it like, you know, because I mean, I can talk about it because I've been on that side. I used to be a soldier and shit. I used to be another number and shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you know. So I mean, like, I understand. I mean, I get it. That's why I don't even like look at it like that, or try and like let them control the narrative. Or everything. I already know the narrative they try to do. So I'm trying to stay out the way and do what I do or whatever and shit, and know like it's more to what they're telling everybody and what they're trying to do to everybody and shit, man. Like it's different ways and shit, man. Motherfuckers ain't trying to hit the lotto and shit. Little do you know, nigga, you can go and get a business loan for that shit that you're trying to hit the lotto for and everything and flip that shit and double that shit, man. Like you can legally go ahead and get the money. They illegally, and that's another thing the government don't teach you and shit. Like it's a lot of people can be out here starting. It could be more businesses created and shit and everything legally too, because you can legally go get this money and everything. But all you gotta do is get an LLC and all this other shit or whatever and everything. And then like all this money they trying to get you to do, like I see people trying to hit the lotto down, fucking just spending their last and shit or whatever and shit, and get beat upside their head or whatever and everything. When they can go ahead and just pay like 200 of that shit and start you a business, and then go ahead and get you like 200,000 from the damn fucking like a bank, just off the strength of, you know, you just gotta look into that shit. You just gotta do your research, look into that shit. And you can legally get the money. You got to get an EIN number and all. It's good. So it is
free game.
I'm working on trying to get that shit done or whatever and shit. I know there's ways to do that shit.
Free game, straight up. So can you share a memorable and impactful moment you experienced in your music career thus far?
Shit. Getting a feature from Hot Boy Turk.
Tight stuff. Oh, you done link with Turk. Yeah.
I mean, well, not that was in 2019 or whatever and shit. Like I ain't never met Turk. The shit was just some exchange type shit. But I got the song now or whatever and shit. The only reason I really don't, I mean, I can't put it back out, but I just feel like I would be on some clout shit. Cause like I said, I took the song down and everything, and then I got artwork for it and everything. Still got the song and shit or whatever and shit. And you know, like I'll send it to you or whatever and shit down offline and shit or whatever. I'll send it to you and shit down, let you hear and shit. But damn, yeah, that's kind of my highlight just because of me growing up listening to the Hot Boys. And I got a song with Hot Boy Turk.
That's big, bro, because I respect Hot Boy Turk for one of the reasons he engaged with it. He engaged with his fans. You feel me? Like, he was doing like a little thing called Bumper to Dump It, where artists could send their music in, he'll do reviews on it, and he wasn't charging people either. But then, you know, if you want to skip the line, you know, it's a little feel whatever. But yeah, he was playing people music, just, you know, letting people know.
Yeah, another thing with the song or whatever, I just didn't have the money, or I had the money it was just going different places and shit. Or whatever shit, cause like I said, I paid for the feature and shit, but then it was just a whole bunch of extra shit that he wanted for me to down fucking just to, you know, to really down fucking promote the shit and all this other shit. So I was like, man, I ain't even, you know, so I was just promoting it on my own and shit or whatever and everything, you know. But other than that, I mean, I may put it out again on SoundCloud just for the hell of it and shit, but I just have it now just as something for me to say like I have, and I let certain people listen to it, you know, if I feel like it, you know. Because I just didn't want to put it like publicly back out because I feel like I'd be clout chasing. So I was like, nah, you know.
Nah, but shoot, you know, it's the business side of it after that too. You know, when you working with other artists and
Yeah,
stuff
that's
like
it.
that,
I
how that
want to
be
put
going.
it back out now, and then he be on some, you know, I ain't got time for all that shit. I mean, like
Yeah,
I said, I mean, it's paid. It's paid for whatever and shit. And then I'm pretty sure he probably remember doing it. I mean, I got the live video of him doing it. I got that, you know, too or whatever shit. I got like, you know, you can hear my hook or whatever he did on his live or whatever. Like when he did the verse shit. I guess he was on his live recording verses and shit, and my verse was one of them and shit. So you can hear my hook or whatever. You can hear my hook and shit, and then you'll hear him record his verse and shit or whatever. So I got the video of him doing it and shit too. So.
nah, that's still amazing because you know it's a lot of art. Like I actually he reviewed like 2-3 of my records I had, but just the fact that you know I got respect for artists that you know bring themselves down and be like, I'm still a person just like you know, I can holler at you and everything like that. Cause you know, some artists they get to a point where like, man, you know, they ain't doing all that stuff, but it's like, you know, him realizing like, hey, y'all made me. They gotta realize.
That's why I look at the song, whatever, and everything. That's why it's like I would consider it a highlight because at certain times I would like be like, man, I ain't even about to really too much talk about it, whatever, and everything. But now I consider it a highlight just because of who he is or whatever and everything. And like, that's a legend. He's a legend at the end of the day. So it's like and I got a song with him. So yeah, that's the highlight for me, just having that song with Hot Boy Turkey.
Nah, fact. So as an artist, in what ways would you say social media and online platforms, and promoting your music, like, and connecting with your fans, like how you feel about, today's time where, you don't need, a machine to do all that. You can put the work in yourself, like street promotion, but you ain't physically, you just virtually putting, sending these messages and doing what you gotta do, Like how you feel about being able to do that and nowadays, with the music?
I mean, nowadays, I just feel like you gotta mix both of them. You gotta mix the social aspect and the street aspect of it. So like gotta get the flyers and everything, like QR codes and everything. I mean, it kind of makes it a little bit easier now though in the street side too, where you can get the flyers where you put the QR codes on them and all motherfuckers gotta do is scan. All motherfuckers do gotta scan it and take it direct to your shit. So, just down being able to post up flyers throughout the city or whatever and shit, downtown, motherfuckers sightseeing and shit, and motherfuckers gonna pass by and probably check it out and shit and see and they can scan the code right there. So, just mixing both of them really. I mean, that's the good thing about it, and that it can take it to advantage now, where, just being in their faces or whatever and shit. So, that's, and just basically like trying to figure out how to market right, how to do everything right, just basically like how to target right. It's just basically about targeting the right people. I mean, that is basically the big part of it, really, just targeting the right people and shit, and having the people consistently fuck with you and shit. Get a consistent fan base of people and shit. It's gonna take like now about 100 people spending down fucking like a couple hundred with you a day or whatever and shit, and you in the game. So it don't take money. It don't take that many fans. It take like a couple hundred people and shit. Or just start out with 100 to get you places. Really, 100 fans consistently fucking with you every month. That shit'll get you places.
Look, 100 fans, and they all got people they gonna put on about you. So that's gonna double. Real talk.
So yeah, that's what I'm trying to get at with it, whatever and shit, as far as like that, and just basically like people understand like I'm just the hardest working motherfucker around this bitch, man. I'm trying to have y'all look at me like how Wayne was back in them Carter days, them Carter 2 days and shit, whatever and shit. That's why I'm doing the mixtape shit. That's why I'm just putting out music. Motherfucker probably look at me like, damn, this nigga always just putting out music and shit. Yeah, because like shit, nigga. It's therapy, and then plus I got like a little mind frame that I'm trying to get myself in. I'm trying to put myself in that Carter 2 mind frame or whatever. That's why I'm more on the bars and shit or whatever and shit. And that's why when old buddy last night, shit, when he's one of the artists who ever showed and shit, he was like, your bars are crazy and everything. That just kind of like was gratification for me, kind of, because it made me think like, okay, I am actually down fucking like kind of like saying some nice shit for a motherfucker to actually be like, because I didn't. I mean, like I said, I was following him and everything, but I got so many people following me or whatever, and like And to the viewers, if you ever come out, you see me out and about or whatever and everything, like I'm approachable and everything. If I'm quiet and everything, I'm just a chill person and everything. And if I look mean, that's just because, hey, I'm not a smiley type person and everything. You won't see me like, you know, I'm gonna be like just straight face. Like I say, like I was in the military, they got the one emotions of Beezo, just a straight face. Whether he's happy, sad, laughing, it's a straight face. You know, so like if you ever see me out and about, whatever, I'm not a mean person, nothing like that or whatever and everything. But I say, but you know, mom approached me or whatever and everything, and just, you know, told me that or whatever and everything. And it kind of was gratification for me, just like, you know, okay, I'm actually you know, because I question myself, whatever, am I really, you know, with this? I be like, you know, I'm doing this shit because I go back and listen to Wayne, and some of the shit I say, it just be like, you know, it kind of like, it's just similar, you got similar, you know, impacts or whatever and shit. So, you know, but for him to say that whatever, and it was gratification. So I see that.
Nah, facts, bro. You know what I mean? It just adds some fuel to the tank because you doing it. You feel me? Like it's always somebody watching, always somebody listening, bro. You feel me? Yeah. So moving forward, any events coming up, a new project you working on, you would like to show?
Shit, I'm just working on Teamwork Dreamwork Volume 3. You know, I got Volume 1 that was with my brother QS. Volume 2 is with both my brothers, Kid Pro and QS or whatever and shit. And Volume 3 is gonna be more of a networking type of, you know, type of thing, you know. So like, if I'm just trying to basically like put that together now, I'm just basically putting that together. Like a lot of the tracks have come together or whatever, and I'm still working on other ones, so it's still working in progress. But it's about like 50% done, you know, like other 50% just basically like the rest of the process now. So y'all can look for that like in the summertime, you know, shit. Get on Beezo Volume 5, shit. That shit is 50% done, to be honest, you know, shit. I'm just like probably getting like putting the last couple of tracks together and shit, you know. And the only reason with the last couple of tracks because those are more original type. So, you know, I'm just basically putting original touches on it. The kind of the rapping on other people's beats side of it is already done. It's just basically the original part, and the original part, that shit is really like 25% done, to be honest with you too. So tape 75% done. So y'all can look for that sooner than you think, really. So shit, you never know. You might wake up tomorrow and that bitch might be out. Who knows? I don't know, shit. But and that's just how I work and shit, man. That's just, you know, it's how I work and shit. So, you know, but look out for features and shit. I got a couple features with a couple artists coming up, you know. We look out more network or whatever, So I'm trying to just basically more branch out and be, you know, with other artists and shit, work together with other artists and shit, you know, try and get my teamwork, dream work, because there's a whole vision behind that shit. So, you know, trying to get my whole teamwork, dream work thing kind of working out, you know, because I got the spotlight. So, you know, shit, I'm just trying to share it and shit, you know, not be stingy with that shit, because I feel like, you know, in rap or whatever and shit, you know, I mean, you can do it on an artist aspect, but if you're doing it on a even bigger aspect of putting other niggas on and other females on and shit, then, you know, you doing good then or whatever and shit. Because then at the same time, you're doing God's work or whatever and shit too. I feel like that's part of God's work of sharing the wealth and putting others on and shit, you know, at the end of the day, whatever. Because then your blessings gonna multiply. So I just feel like, you know, I'm just doing the work of God, whatever, at the end of the day with this music thing, whatever, too. I'm just trying to put in that aspect to it, whatever. Because, I mean, he's blessing me with a lot of things, and I can do this better than anything I could do in my life. So, and God placed me with blessings every day or whatever. So I feel like he's showing me, like, this is what I got for you to do. So, you know, let me guide you with this right here. So, you know, it's working, and I see it every day with certain shit just by me being on this podcast, too, or whatever. That's it. You know, so it's words. Just basically just trying to put this out here or whatever, and, you know, make sure I'm just doing good or whatever and everything. I'm trying to be like, you know, just a CEO aspect of it, whatever too. Because I mean, I don't want to be an artist forever, so I'm trying to like get my kind of my way out of the artist part of it and everything. So, you know, still being an artist or whatever. I'll never stop being an artist till the day God called me home or whatever. I'll never stop being an artist.
You ain't gonna never be able to break up with music, bro. I don't care how much time. If you take off some time, that's some time for you to live.
My day don't go right if I don't do it or whatever and sit down. Fuck it, I'll be grumpy and all type of shit, man. If I don't If I don't record something or then we do something with some music, promote some music or something and shit, I'm a grumpy ass motherfucker, man.
Real talk. Hey, shout out to Wendy Sylph, one on Instagram. She said she loved this podcast, always inspirational, makes you feel like you can really do it. That real.
Yeah, nah, like artists, I'll tell you whatever and everything. You know, shout out to you, like, you know, some real stuff. Like, you can do this. Like, it's a lot easier than you think. It's a lot easier than you think. You just gotta put the footstep. You just gotta take that first step or whatever and everything. Once you take that first step, then a year from now, you're gonna be able to take about a good 1,000 steps and everything into a whole nother direction and shit. You gotta stay consistent. And then you will always have people that are gonna say negative things to you. They're gonna tell you, if I listened to everybody, I would have been done quit years ago if I had listened to everybody telling me. I heard so much negative shit that, you know, and at the end of the day, you can't let that, because at the end of the day, you know what you're doing and you know what you got going. And at the end of the day, them same people who've been negatively talking about you, when you pop off, don't be the same people that came around talking about, I know he could do it. I know. They don't get your damn ass up out of here, man. But like, that's just how it is or whatever. You never can let nobody tell you can't do it or whatever and everything. Whatever you bring to the game, just make sure you put some effort into it, and just don't be about the clout or whatever and everything. You know, actually put a message out there. Don't continue the message and the agenda that they got going on now that's fucking up the world. Like, try and change that. Because they got an agenda that's really fucking up the world right now, and got people that just, you know, got everybody all over the place. Because music is a lot more controlling than you know. Music has, because I had to stop listening to certain music. I can't even listen to Chicago music like that, to be honest with you, no more, because I can't listen. Because you listen too much of that shit, then you gonna start. It's gonna roll into your energy. Energy is gonna present itself outside of you. So I had to start figuring that shit out or whatever and shit. And that's why that's why my music or whatever, you don't hear me talking about no murk and everything or whatever, all this other stuff. My bars may sound like I'm trying to, but nah, it's not even that. It's a whole different meaning of what, you know, what you thinking. It's a less violent meaning the way it may sound and shit. But I work on that, because at the same time you listen to my shit, I don't cuss in my shit too much, whatever. I'm trying to go to the way of Wayne when he was Hot Boy Wayne, when he didn't cuss. He still had that gritty subject matter, but he didn't curse. He didn't curse in #1 song, and that was Fuck the World. You know, so I mean, like, you know, I'm trying to do that shit. I'm trying to put more of a message out there where, like, kids can listen to my music and parents can turn up to my music and have their kids or whatever, and ain't gotta worry about their kids, you know, listen to something that they don't need to be hearing. Like, at the end of the day, I mean, shit, we all listen to that shit at the end of the day. I mean, I'm trying to make sure that kids ain't got to go through that shit or what I went through. Listen to music I shouldn't have listened to, but at the same time, hey, shit, that shit shaped me or whatever. At the end of the day, that's just how it goes. And I know kids listen to that shit too, so I'm trying to make sure the kids know motivation and, you know, all this other stuff.
Yeah, it was a different cloth we was cut from, though, bro. When we were listening to that music, it wasn't as what is going on.
Yeah, but we can decipher whatever. We was caught with a different cloth, whatever. But we know our mama would whoop our fucking ass if we damn fucking, like, you know, like, when I hear that fucking acting that shit out or doing whatever the hell we were listening to. They know we were listening to that shit, but if you go out here doing this shit, I got something for your ass, you know, and we already knew that at the end of the day. So
then I feel like, you know, when you spoke at helping others and stuff, just to piggyback on that, I feel like we all trees, bro. We all a tree that's planted in the soil, bro. So what we create, and when we become that tree, bro, now the tree start growing limbs, bro. Now the limbs be the ones.
And it makes the person, and it makes the base of the tree, whoever started growing the tree, it makes it easier on them when everybody else started coming together. Because now I can start saying, hey, bro, go do this. Hey, go do this or whatever. And I can trust you to go do it. And now it's making it ain't about making my job easier. But now I got something where, okay, I don't have to do that no more. Now this person can go do that stuff. And now that's a job or whatever for them. And now they can go do that. And now they can learn something where they can add that to their artistry. It's just different things to it.
So what does MONEYBEEZOE see for himself in the next year for your artistry? Like, what are you manifesting already that you see in motion?
So me and my team down fucking just doing shows, man. Down doing more like, you know, more crowds, bigger venues and everything. Just I see, you know, the next year I see bigger venues for myself. You know, trying to be on the Rolling Loud stages and shit. You know, trying to, you know, do things or whatever and everything. Like, you know, be intertwined with the artists or whatever, coming in contact with some of these major artists or, you know, these major A&Rs or whatever and everything like that. That's the next level for me, because I'm already like, as far as like the part where I'm doing right now, I'm already like independently doing by myself. Now I'm just more looking for what people can do for me that I can't do for myself. And also, you know, not on no using type shit, but you know, just basically the business part of it and everything, what they can help me get these sponsorships and everything. I'm more looking for sponsorships and, you know, like more things, more podcasts, more telling my story. So the next year, just basically like, you know, letting people into the world of Beezoe. Like I always, like before my shows, I always say like, you know, I welcome everybody to Beezoe world. You know, I tell people like, you know, if you never been here before, welcome. If you already been here, you already know what it is. Welcome back. And then third, if you sleeping on the boy, wake your motherfucking ass up. So they're just basically, you know, letting them know what Beezoe world really is. You know, what goes on, the struggle I've been through. You know, start telling my story to let, you know, people know like you can be like fucked up, like shit. Why shit be crazy, but like you can be in that shit and get the fuck up out of that shit. Cause people see now where I'm at. People don't know it's a lot of bullshit. Like 4 years of crazy shit. Like I can make a movie out of this shit or whatever and shit. That's another thing. So I've been just wanting to like kind of make a movie out of the shit I've been through the last 4 years. But it's so crazy that it should have to be. I can't even make a movie. I have to make like a docu-series or some shit like that or whatever, like a series of shit or whatever and shit. So I'm kind of trying to work on that. It's some footage I got to get from Germany or whatever, some footage that of a time period over there that I got to get, and then I'm gonna start working on that. So kind of like, you know, do that or whatever and shit. Let people know like what's really up with Beezoe. Cause people see like, you know, cause the girl last night she was filming me and all shit, like funny moment and shit. But me, like when I'm on stage and shit, I'm, you know, rapping, hype, whatever and shit. And shit, when I'm on that stage, nigga, I'm a chill ass nigga, man. You wouldn't even think this nigga a fucking artist, man. You wouldn't even like, you know, because like I'm, you know, shit, I'm chill and shit or whatever shit. And then at the same time I pay attention to my surroundings and shit. So, you know, the military just got me right at situational awareness and shit. So this was basically like, but she was like, man, because she sent me the videos, because she was recording me and shit. She sent me the videos and shit, whatever shit. Like I said, go back to like people out, her some people on Instagram and shit. Like you see me out and about, shit. Like I said, and then she was like, you look. She was like, you mad quiet, and she was like, you look so mean. I was like, and it made me laugh. I was like, man, I had to let her know, like I ain't even like that or whatever. I'm sorry if, you know, it seemed like that or whatever shit or whatever. But like shit, if I'm out and about, shit, I'm really in Beezoe world. I'm in my own world. I really like, you got to come over here. I mean, you ain't even got to come over here. Sometimes like I don't want to make it like well, you got to come talk to me. Now I go talk to people and everything. But if I don't know you like that, I ain't really stepping out of Beezoe world. I step outside of Beezoe world and take it with me if I know you. But if I don't know you like that, then I ain't really, you know. So, but yeah, that was just, you know, a little story from last night and shit. But yeah, that's just who it is, and that's who Beezoe, man. Just somebody who's trying to push the culture forward, trying to be timeless, and trying to bring hip hop back to this thing or whatever and shit. And then, like I said, I always wanted to see Carter 2 Wayne back in the game, but I ain't gonna see that. So if I ain't gonna see it, why not bring it back to the game myself?
Facts. One thing I respect about what you just said too, bro, is like, you know, instead of you complaining about how much you don't like about the hip hop culture and all that, you just filling in the gap. They're like, hey, we here. It's still here. Yeah. You know what I mean? It ain't went nowhere. Yeah. You know, versus just
you gotta look at what everybody doing, whatever that shit. That shit is hip hop. I mean, what they doing, how they do it, whatever they doing. You can't be bitter about it. You gotta be like, hey, that's a form of hip hop. They got people rocking with it. You just gotta figure out how to be involved in that shit.
It's like viral now, bro. It's like one thing you hide for a little minute, all eyes on it, then what happened to that person? You feel me? Or what going on? Like, it ain't. I think the goal right now, well, I ain't gonna say every artist, but more artists, it ain't to have that time, this type of, you know, from the stuff we hear, and it's like, I can't see this 20, 30 years later, but it depends, because this new generation or whatever they call it, Gen Alphas or whatever going on, that's all they know is that, unless they got an uncle or somebody around that's playing that real deal, like, or they just know what was before, you know.
Yeah, let's say know it before whatever. Yeah, they don't understand or whatever. Like, but this shit is not. I mean, it ain't.
It's a human experience too, bro. It is, bro, because it's different. It's an evolve, different time periods and everything.
Yeah, it's like it's just the world evolving, and then just like the message that things are being put out or whatever. I mean, it's just basically like the industry, the artists that it's just the artists that the industry is promoting or whatever and shit. That's just why it's like that. It's just because like the world will be a whole different place if now people like Kendrick Lamar down was being more pushed out and shit or whatever. Or J. Cole's was being pushed out and shit or whatever. Or like more Lauryn Hills and things of that nature. Like the world will be a different space. We'd be a whole different environment if that was going on. If it was more balanced out, we have a more balanced world. But we got so much of a certain thing that's just what the world is. Like that's what I'm saying. The world is unbalanced. It's like the world has always been like this, or whatever and shit. Like nigga, we done had NWA, we done had all that shit or whatever and everything. But with that NWA, you had a balance. You had your Tribe Called Quest, you had like Q-tips and everything. You had like it's always been violence in this shit. But then you had like your balance to that shit. You had your Lauryn Hills to balance out your Trinas and shit. You had,
bro, niggas ain't even singing no R&B to women like that no more, bro. It ain't no balance on that. It's just
you had your Jodeci's to balance out your damn fucking like whoever the dirtiest R&B singers is. You had your Jodeci's to balance out like your like Key Sweats, and you had your Luther Vandross to balance out your. You had there was a balance everywhere. It just ain't no balance to this shit right now.
It's like it's just like when you got something you balance on the triple beam, bro, and it just leaning just on that side.
That triple beam is all fucked up right now. That shit all like that shit is about to tip over and shit. That's just about to say fuck it.
Yeah.
Because I look at it, you can see it in the music. Music just ain't the same, and music it'll never be what it was. I'm just starting to come to that realization, like. Music will never be what it was. You just got to figure out how to change that shit. But like I said, you got to put in work or whatever, and the effort to do that. But they're just trying to figure that shit out because like hip hop need a balance or whatever and shit. Because this shit that's going on now, it's got the world fucked up. It's got everybody thinking a certain type of way, and the generation just need a new direction because this ain't it. Like it just ain't it. It just the way the generation is being taught. It's not right because the generation ain't got no guidance. Like they just thinking the shit that they doing. It ain't no morals and no principles and all that to like the morals and everything.
Don't even know what stand on business mean. You feel me? And it's like
niggas talk about standing on business, but niggas don't really know what standing on business really is, nigga. Like standing on business, that shit is something really crucial, my guy. Like. That shit, like, if you really standing on business, you ain't standing on business. You standing on business in this music shit, you think, but like standing on business is really standing on life. Like standing on life. And don't let life stand on you.
Yo, like, and then standing on business is not allowing things that you know ain't moral to take place in front of you. You feel me? You see an old lady or something or whatever going on, or you see a kid that misguided, you don't put it in his hand. You tell him what it really is. You push him away from it, bro. Like, cause you know it ain't right. Yeah. Like I don't.
Yeah, you know right. Like at the same time, real street niggas, they don't want to be in the streets. Real street niggas do not want to be in the streets. They want to be as far away from that shit as they can because they know what that shit brings. That shit don't bring nothing good. And the streets don't fucking love no fucking body. Like, get out of that over. Like, the streets love me and streets don't love no fucking body, man. Streets don't love no fucking body. And at the same time, it is like, and that's another thing where rap went in a direction that I wish it never went, where like everybody got to be street niggas and everything. You ain't got to be no street nigga. You ain't got to be all that shit, because street niggas, that street shit is crazy. You don't want to be, because you got to go through so much shit. That to survive that shit, you gotta look over your shoulder every day, like nigga, like that shit ain't it.
But that's why I respect like artists like Young Dog. Ain't an artist that's talking about getting money or doing something productive, I can entertain it.
Yeah, but they change their ways or whatever and shit. They change their ways.
I hear that spinning, drilling. Nah, I don't think Dog music was never on. He was always talking about getting that bag. I ain't never really heard Dog talking about making it, whatever, if anything.
Yeah, no, Dog wasn't. Dog wasn't talking about like now. Dog was just talking about getting the bag, and Dog was stunt-tastic. Dog style was more stunt-tastic and shit. Dog was gonna talk his shit. Dog was get on the track and motivate niggas and talk his shit.
And it's like I can't indulge in too much, like, because I didn't grow up listening to the music like that. So if you talking about doing harm to each other, to your counterpart or whatever, everybody identify the options to be themselves, but they ain't gonna squish their foot on the real op. And we know who the real ops is, but there ain't nobody really going to them. They putting their energy back into themselves. Like, it's genocide music, bro. I can't support it, bro. So
that's what I'm saying. That's all. Because if you ain't already with somebody
about that.
If you ain't already with somebody I've been listening to, I don't really too much like listen to the new shit like that or whatever and shit. Like I try and give it a certain. But shit, I get to like the third or fourth song. I'll be like, oh, this ain't it, man. I can't. Too many niggas done killed by damn 40 niggas. Like they got to the fourth song. Nigga done killed by 40 niggas. Then slapped by 40 females. Then hit by 30. You know, like, so it's like nigga done unload about 50 30s and shit. So it's like, nigga, hell nah, I can't listen to that shit, man. Like, you know, so like you ain't already been. And at the same time, I look at it like the rappers we listen to, they was doing it. They was rapping about that shit, but they was rapping about it in a certain type of way. Because at the same time, it wasn't just like directly, like I'm all directly, like, you know, like, you know, so.
Like, that's what it is.
I listen to that shit. I'm like, man, this shit crazy, man, because they just like, and everybody think that cool, because that message just translating to the youth now. These niggas think it's cool to go drill some shit. These niggas think that's the shit to do. They think that, and these rappers ain't gonna do that shit. There ain't none of these rap niggas going to motherfucking drill shit. Besides certain niggas, besides certain ones, and no more.
They do it, but they don't.
Them no underground Chicago niggas, like, you know.
You'll have the ones that'll come on and self-incriminate themselves, or they gonna be dead in jail. They don't have longevity.
Them niggas in jail.
They don't be having longevity in that for real, doing that, bro. But
or you would have niggas like the Baby or whatever and shit, who actually down fucking done did some shit or whatever and shit. But at the same time, most of his shit been self-defense.
Yeah.
So you know.
But let's say, bro, I ain't into that harming. I don't want to kill my own. You know what I mean? That ain't something I just want to do for fun.
And that's what I'm saying. That's just basically helping them. That's what they want us to do. Cause they trying to down fucking depopulate down fucking the population so much any down way. So it's like they want y'all to do that shit. They want niggas to down, like, you know. That's why certain messages in the mainstream are being pushed, because they know, like, music, it controls the mind. So at the same time, music gonna have these motherfuckers going out here wanting to do that shit, and they laughing like, look at these niggas, look at these dumbass niggas.
And then it's insulting to their intelligence, because they look at it like, oh, we ain't got to do nothing but grab him here, put jury on him, and they're gonna fall for it, like not being really intelligent about it. But everybody
really knowing that them niggas, them industry labels, they put insurance on them rappers and shit or whatever and shit, and they collect. They down fucking they get the dumbest nigga or whatever and shit, and they go ahead and put an insurance on them real quick, and then give them like $200,000, $300,000, $1 million, and be like, he ain't gonna be here so too long. We'll collect back.
I don't get though, like how niggas can be so intelligent with seeing how we can get over with each other, but don't really see the real thing going on, or People see it and just don't even care.
The bigger picture.
Yeah,
it's a whole big agenda to that shit, man. Like, and that shit is crazy. That shit sad to see though too, because it's like, nigga, like we just killing each other and shit, and then we got to talk about Black Lives Matter and shit. But I mean, yeah, Black Lives Matter, yeah, Black Lives always matter. But at the same time, in order for that shit to matter, nigga, it gotta matter to us first, and we gotta stop offing each other.
Yo, we don't. Bro, it's a lot behind it though, bro. It's real common sense, but all common sense ain't common.
Ain't coming no more. I got a meme or whatever that I created myself, and I said, make common sense common again. Yeah. Make common sense common again. He's talking making America great again. Make common sense common again, because that shit, like, just like me, even like just at my regular job, nigga, I see that shit. I be like, man, what the fuck is wrong with people? Like, do niggas just wake up in the morning and leave their common sense in the bed? Like, what the fuck?
Bro, it's a war going on right now, bro. If you're gonna survive the war, bro, you gotta be strong mentally for this, bro. The physical part is gonna be there, but bro, mentally, bro.
That's why that's why I'm glad I've been in the military though. That shit down taught me a whole different ball game to life, man. It just like,
bro.
it's that mind, situational awareness, and keeping that mind, like, you know. That's why I'm glad I don't drink no more or whatever and shit. Cause at the same time, that shit, you can't even be like on point, no way off in this world right now. You gotta be on point every minute of the day.
Yeah, this ain't the
and
time,
especially when you are performing and shit, cause you don't never know and shit. Cause like shit, I know that, and at the same time, that's why I'm off to myself too, so I can see everything.
Yeah. Cause you gotta realize you got everybody else's energy in there, even though you might not got nothing going on, boy. This nigga done left wherever he came from, knew it was going on, and decided to
go. You don't know the hell type of nigga and what type of energy he done brought up in here and shit. You don't know what type of shit he got going on. That's why when these niggas be like shit talking about this shit, like I'll be glad when these motherfuckers before they perform, they announce like, if you don't want to get hit, move out the way. I politely move my ass the fuck out the way. I did that shit last night. Motherfucker was like, if you don't want to get hit or whatever and shit, now move out the way. Shit, I ain't no pride or whatever shit, nigga. Thank you for telling me. I move my black ass the fuck out the way. Yeah, you know, cause like, you know, I ain't up for that shit or whatever and shit. So at the same time, like at the same time, I stay out to myself or whatever and shit too, to protect my energy, because I don't know what energy over here, what energy over there. I can feel the energy when it comes in my era and in my place or whatever and shit. I can see what type of energy coming now, because I can feel the energy or whatever was coming and shit. But if I can't just go over here blindly, so that's why I stay out to myself too. That's another thing, whatever and shit too, to viewers, whatever. You see me out and about, I'm just protecting my energy so I can see what type of energy you bringing and shit.
Yeah, I spend a lot of that. Well, I can move around solo, on need an entourage and everything. Like, shit, it's me. I ain't gotta feed off. I gotta bring
I know my energy at the end of the day.
I ain't one of them people. I gotta bring 2-3 people with me. Then I gotta feed off their energy to feed to you.
Yeah, because I'm in the wrong place then. I'm in the wrong place then.
You ain't getting it's just even on the regular, bro. We pull up somewhere. I come out, you see me with 3-4 people. I'm giving you their energy and mine at the same time, because I got them with me. You feel me? Like, I'm gonna give you my energy, bro. First,
God is my homie or whatever, man. That'd be my that who I go out with. Every time I go out, man, I'm protected by higher power every time I go out. So that way I don't really be. That's why when
niggas move like that, bro, and they know they not even probably up the part like that, but they got 4-5 people with them, then they gonna roll with what energy they giving. If it ain't no energy that's positive and encouraging them, bro.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm trying to keep. That's why I just stay to myself. I try to keep all that negative energy and shit. I don't try to have that shit down, roll off. No way over here. As long as the energy positive, whatever, as long as the energy positive, I'm always rock with it, whatever. I'm always respect everybody, everything around me, and especially the positive energy. If I got positive energy, you got positive energy, shit, you get along with me well. Like, because that negative energy, that's when I'm gonna go the opposite way.
Fast, bro. So, any shout outs or recognition you would like to give to those who've been supporting you along the way on this journey?
Said I like if I've been out or whatever and I've been performing, you know, out here in Orlando and everything. I appreciate all the support of everybody who's been rocking with me out here or whatever, you know. everybody who been, supporting me, out the shows and everything. Shout out my brother Kid Pro. He got a single out called Focus. Check that out. Shout out my other brother QS Lyden. Got some of his merch on right here. 8 Boy merch. And shout out everybody down fucking out here in Orlando doing their thing, man. And shout out to everybody in the world doing their thing, man. Really, man. And recognitions, man, is stay focused, fucking keep your mind straight. Don't let nobody tell you can't do this shit. It's very possible. Whatever music you bring to the game, just make sure you put some craft into that shit. Don't be out here just putting all that bad, crazy shit down. Out here talking about you about to drill some shit and you ain't gonna drill shit or whatever and shit. Because if you know what came with that lifestyle and shit, if you rap about it, you already know what that come with that lifestyle. More respect to you or whatever, but you ain't even about that. Whatever. So why the fuck you gonna rap about that shit? Rap about the shit that whatever your lifestyle is, whether your lifestyle is boring or whatever, rap about that shit. Figure out some way to make that shit fun or whatever and shit in the music and shit. At the same time in music, you can exaggerate your lifestyle a little bit, but don't go out here doing, when you talk about that violent shit and everything like that, you can exaggerate your lifestyle or whatever shit, make it sound fun or whatever and shit, but make it sound real too. I mean, don't even make it sound real, make it realistic or whatever, but fun at the same time. Something you did or whatever, even if it's boring, just figure out a fun way to say what you did or whatever and everything. And let's bring back substance. Bring back my recommendation. Balance the hip hop. Let's bring back a balance to hip hop. Let's have the ratchet. Let's have the fucking positive. Let's have the joyful. Let's have the uplifting. And let's just change the perspective, man. Like change this narrative that these motherfuckers trying to put out here.
Real talk, bro. Like I say, bro, most definitely, bro, an honor to have you on here, man. We got at MONEYBEEZOE on Instagram. Make sure y'all follow, bro. Support his movement. MONEYBEEZOE.com. Head to the website. You feel me? Check out everything going on. If you want to know any more information, he got his biography available, so you can read up on that too. You know what I mean? But yeah, bro, like I say, it was definitely an honor, bro. Keep pushing the movement. Keep pushing the music, bro. Don't stop, bro. There ain't even no brakes on this vehicle, bro. You know what I mean? You ain't got nothing but acceleration or emergency brake. You just gonna have to hold the steering wheel and drive that bitch, for real.
Yeah, I done been on too many rocky roads, man, to be even down quick. I done put too much time, too much blood, sweat, and tears into this shit to even be talking about. Damn, quitting and whatever shit. And I'm almost there, to be honest with you, whatever shit. The reception I've been getting, man, from certain people and just everybody, whatever, since I've been like on this last little, run and everything, I really appreciate it, man, because it keep me going and it's making me better. So the shit gonna be better, man. Like I say, within the next couple months, y'all gonna just see, me in a whole different stratosphere, just doing better things and just pushing the movement, man, trying to push more positivity and just basically my goal, man, is more balance the hip hop and getting that Beezo sound and being timeless up there, man, just being, just one of the greats and can be like, like people saying like MONEYBEEZOE, he did this or whatever. I just want to leave my mark in this world before, I'm out of here, like same time. So that's, you all know what I mean, shit. And at the same time, whenever I talk about that too, I want to put that out there too. I don't want people to think like this nigga on some negative shit or nothing like that. Nah, it's just like, hey, that's something that's promised to you in life. So at the same time, at the end of the day, that's promised to you. So at the same time, while you're here, so you just get that down mind frame right, because you could be over at the end of the day, and then you see in the world or whatever. I see like people leaving here like untimely or whatever, like the Gucci Man artist or whatever and everything. The crazy thing about that is I used to use some of her videos for my Ink and Beauty video, the Enchanting Girl or whatever and everything. I used to use some of her videos and I used to like really be infatuated kind of with that girl and shit. I used to like her tattoos and shit and all that or whatever and shit, so like, and that just something that just kind of, I was like, man, it's crazy how life can be or whatever and shit. You here today, out of here tomorrow, so you never know. So it's kind of that was another eye opener to me, kind of really to be like, hey, get on your grind and get this shit right. So that's what we doing. So we pushing.
I agree with everything you said, bro. Real talk. When you start thinking like that, not like, you know what I mean? But it's more like,
that's man, and that's why I move away. Y'all see me or whatever, like, then at the same time, Like, you know, I'm just on that timing where you never know, man. You never fucking know. Like I'm saying, like I know God, like I pray to God every night, and I know I'm protected by high power. I know He got, you know, more time for me and everything, but you never know at the end of the day. So I'm on the timing I'm on, man. Hey, y'all gonna remember me. It's gonna be my footprint. It's gonna be stepped in this world, and y'all don't know who the hell MONEYBEEZOE is and who MONEYBEEZOE was. He's gonna be timeless. You can be able to listen to my songs and be able to vibe still.
Being productive and having motion is the way, man. Real talk. But
so man, but at the same time, I appreciate you, bro, for real though. Even having me on here, it was an honor being on here. This is like the most like organized I've seen a podcast and organized of one I've been on besides my brother who's in Germany and shit or whatever. You remind me of his podcast or whatever and shit. Now I'm like, you know, a real organization. You know, like time stamps. You know, time frames of what we gonna do this. Whole template or whatever and everything. So like, you know, artists say, you know, if you get a Underdogs podcast, you know, it's gonna be very organized and very, you know, it's the best one I've seen besides my bro, but best one I've seen though, really.
Hey, salute, bro. You feel me? It ain't happened overnight. You feel me? With 5 seasons,
nothing does.
Hey, it just came together the right way though.
Nothing great happens overnight. Nothing great happened overnight. Flashes in the pan, those happen overnight. Greatness does not happen overnight. And you're doing something great, bro. Keep like you say, pushing the music, keep pushing the podcast or whatever and everything. Because you're giving people a platform to talk about certain things. So I talk about on your platform a lot of things that a lot of people wouldn't even know about me, and a lot of people don't even know whatever. I've been lighting a lot of people who probably been wondering, well, damn, what the hell happened to Beezo, or you know, even people from South Carolina or whatever and everything. You know, they probably know a lot of stuff they didn't even know. So, you know, appreciate that.
Yeah, man. And we ain't feeding no negativity at all either, bro. That was one of the. That's one of the fuels to us even starting this. We ain't even gonna complain or talk about the other platforms, but from seeing so much going on, I'm like, bro, we gotta open up an avenue, bro, where people can really get on here, be comfortable, bro. We ain't even talking about their situations or what, you know, even if it's a conflict of interest, if we bring two of the same people, they might have odds with each other. They might have a situation. I ain't no tea and no gossip over here, bro. I wasn't raised to be doing that. No chatty patty type. Now I don't feed out. What I'm doing that, bro. I look crazy, like. So
that's all. That's a picture or whatever, man. Just looking crazy or whatever, man. And then pushing a better narrative or whatever and shit too. I see a lot of things too. Like, you know, I'd be like, man, this should be crazy or whatever. Shit with the music on the music side or whatever and shit, but. Like I just got to the aspect of whatever. It just is what it is. I just focus on the people that rock with me, and everybody else, they're just gonna do what they gonna do. There's gonna be a lot of, you know, like, you know, favoritism with a lot of shit, but you gotta figure out how to narrative your way through that shit and create your own shit. And once everybody catch on later, then they just catch on. It is what it is.
Yeah, you know, they may control the narrative at this level, but you can still control your own narrative, and that's what's more important than what they trying to push everybody to be on. You have your own mind, your own way of doing things, bro. That's really what it is, for real.
And then you can do things your own way and run everything your own way, and then you ain't got to conform to what somebody else wants you to do because you may not want to do that. And at the end of the day, when you control the narrative yourself, you do what you want to do at the end of the day. So you ain't got to do what somebody else gonna tell you to do. You do what you can do. And then at the same time, then you could control the narrative of helping others or whatever. And then when you control the narrative, you ain't trying to really control the narrative. You trying to help the narrative, really. So.
Yeah, facts. That's big facts, bro. So last but not least, bro, before we get you out of here, man, what does being an underdog mean to you, or when you hear the word underdog?
I just said underdog, somebody who is somebody who people don't believe in. People just like, you know, they believe in everybody else or whatever, and they rock with everybody else. But the underdog, he got a lot of, you know, dirt and a lot of rocks and a lot of, you know, just crazy stuff he gotta climb up out of and everything. But you know, those are the underdogs, are the strongest ones though. The underdogs, those are the ones with that dog in them, that real dog in them. The underdogs got that real dog in them. You know, everybody talking about they got that dog in them, but underdog got that real dog. That's what I feel like an underdog is.
Real
talk, you got that real dog and got that real fight. You got that real fight, that real scratch and claw.
Nah, real spill, man. Y'all heard what's going on, man. MONEYBEEZOE season 5, episode 19. Everybody eats, man. Real talk.
Yeah, man. Everybody eats, man. We all can eat, man. You know what I'm saying? We all can eat, man. Everybody can eat. Yeah, it's always it's a table and it's a place for everybody to place their plate. You just gotta move about that shit right now. Fucking morals and principles and shit, man. I say, come over this way. It's all about morals and principles, man. It ain't about just trying to get down that deal and sell our souls and shit, man. Souls ain't for sale over here, man. It ain't for sale.
Real talk, man. Y'all heard it right here, man. Appreciate you, brother, tapping in with us, man.
You too, brother, man. Hey, man. Hey, also, man, just to run it by you before you get off it, man. I'd like to have you on the volume 3 too, man. If you can, you know, I can shoot you something or whatever and shit, open verse and shit, man. I'd be honored to have you up on that.
Man, we can get it in, bro. That ain't nothing but a word, homie. You know what I mean? Anything you need from us on this end, bro, we'll get it done. You feel me? Real talk.
So appreciate that.
Already. Be easy, bro.
Same rabbit on my teeth, I got carrots. Open up her mouth and she got vocals sound like Janet. Marble on the floors, but the kitchen kinda granted. Lean color perk, you would think it's pomegranate. I see flying saucers finna roll another planet. It will fall in place if it's meant to be organic. I got crazy lingo, you would think I'm speaking Spanish. I'm something like a pie, never leave without the cannon. I'm enlightened, check, I got stones around my neck. If you pay attention, I teach her how to earn respect. I walk around with a tag like I'm mad at the rail. People do any damn thing for a check. So what if you got signed labels, throw them on the shelf? I don't ask for help, I just go within myself. Hard times I prevail, I bust up out my shell. I let my nuts hang, cause it don't got no curfew. Gold mouth rabbit on my teeth, I got carrots. Open up her mouth and she got vocal sound